Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time to start a new game. I've been sitting on this one for a little while now, waiting to record it. This is the Thaumaturge. Before we go any further, I should inform you that this game comes with a content warning from the developers. I found this out on the forums before I launched the game, so fortunately I was able to record the warning because it is a warning that plays once and only once, and after that you don't need to see it again. In a way, you could say it's responsible to include this recording, this warning. In another way, I don't know, the tone of it feels a little off-putting. But since I knew that the warning played on game launch and would not repeat on future launches, I recorded that separately and I'm going to include that here now. So here we go, preparing to launch the game for the very first time. Let's see what it says. Obviously, we'll need to sit through a number of company logos first. Ooh, not so many actually, that's good. Fairly standard. Copyright disclaimer at the bottom there. Okay, so far. Nice artwork. That's a freaky monster behind him there. Here we go. Fool's Theory is a team of people with diverse beliefs, religions, sexual orientations and gender identities. Our goal is to tell mature stories that are meant to be a source of reflection for players. In other words, we want to make you think about it. Do the thinking for yourself. We would like to point out that in creating a game that draws so much inspiration from the past, we could not leave out the portrayal of certain attitudes and views that are rightly considered unacceptable today. The stories of historical characters present in the game are a loose interpretation of real events or entirely a product of our collective imagination. There we go. And you know what I say? You know, if you can't separate the art from the artist, maybe that's a you problem. Although in some cases it's fairly obvious that actually no, it's the artist's problem. In this case, hey, I'm happy to play the game and find out. Now, back to the actual gameplay footage. And we're back again. Okay, what do I know about this game going into it? I know that this is a game set in Eastern Europe, I believe Poland, in which you play a spiritualist or wizard, set shortly before the First World War, therefore before the Russian Revolution. This also means that, of course, Grigory Rasputin is still alive. I know that because the developers mentioned that he is a character you can meet in the game. It will be interesting to see how they depict him, and I'm fully prepared for the version of Rasputin that appears in this game to be fictional and not entirely based on fact. In many regards, I hope he isn't a major character in the game, or that maybe he's like a tutorial character or mentor who teaches us things, and that he is not the main villain who we oppose. Because the death of Rasputin is a very detailed and very documented sort of point in history, and it wouldn't be fair to try and change that. Also, I'm fully prepared for him to be misrepresented as a villain. Although this is, I believe, a Polish studio, so maybe not quite as misrepresented as he has been in the past. Rasputin is a much misunderstood and much maligned historical character. Since his death, he has frequently been depicted as some kind of evil power control freak. And that's not really what he was. He was a priest, a faith healer, a man of God, but also a man who enjoyed physical earthly passions. Food, drink, women. And he cured the Russian prince of haemophilia. Haemophilia is a rare disease among people. That means the blood does not clot. It's like a lifelong condition. And he cured the prince of haemophilia, meaning that if he was cut, he could stop bleeding and wouldn't need to be bandaged up for ages trying to keep the blood in until it would eventually maybe clot. Haemophiliacs, they need a lot of medical attention or they die if they start bleeding. Probably not from a nosebleed, but from a wound, let's say. And Rasputin, when he said to the royal family, "If you kill me, there will be no more royal family of Russia. Your line will die out. You'll all be killed." That wasn't a threat. That was a warning. And they did murder him because some of the courtiers were afraid that the Tsar and the Tsarina would listen to his advice too much. They were jealous that he had their ear. And they even accused him of having affairs with the Tsarina. And eventually, to protect her honour and their own political positions, a gang of about 4 of them murdered him. I think the 4 who murdered him might have included the prince whose life he had saved. I can't remember for certain on that. And, yeah. So they invited him to a party. And he turned up, and it was only him and the 4 of them there. And all of the food and all of the drink in that room was poisoned. And there was enough poison in that room to kill an elephant. And Rasputin sat there for over an hour, and he ate the food and drank the drink. And after he got well and truly rat-arsed, he declared that this was getting really boring and they should go out and find some women. So he got up and went to go down the stairs, at which point one of them shot him with a pistol. And he realised they were actually trying to hurt him. So he turned round, came up the stairs and strangled the prince. If he wasn't the prince, he was one of the 4 nobles, but he had his hands round his throat. At which point, they beat him up until they knocked him senseless and knocked him out and put him in a sack and threw him in the River Volga. And then the river froze over. And when the authorities dug him out of the river and performed an autopsy on him, they found ice in his lungs, which meant he was still breathing when they threw him in the river. So the cause of death was literally drowning. So he was poisoned, shot, beaten senseless, and then drowned before he could freeze to death. I know there's a film out there called Die Hard about a man who doesn't die easily, but, I mean, Rasputin kind of takes the cake on that one, you know. He was a man who was very hard to murder. And he has been vilified in media ever since. Which is ironic given how badly the Russian royal family had behaved, and how if they hadn't murdered him and had just, you know, paid more attention to the war and done things better, there wouldn't have been a communist revolution. Now, the reason I'm mentioning all this, apart from the fact that the developers claim Rasputin is in the game, is that on the forums I also noticed some mention of there being some sort of pro-communist feeling among the characters in the game. This would be characters who don't know what communism is yet, but this is the period building up to it. And let's see, you know, Eastern European society, serfs are basically property. I don't see this as the developers pushing a pro-communist narrative or propaganda, as was pretty blatantly the case with Disco Elysium, where you couldn't disagree with the communist stuff. You just had to kind of go along with it because it was so ingrained in your character's mindset. And in this case, I feel it's more them telling a story of the times. And the same goes for the warning, really. You know, I don't think you need to go on about your team being diverse, especially because the word diverse seems to have been reinterpreted by people who want to change its meaning recently. It used to mean things being different. Now apparently it means things being a certain kind of different that's all the same really, just not the one thing they don't want it to be, which is not a very nice way of using a word really. You shouldn't try to redefine words, you should just use them correctly. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm going to take a quick look at the controls because the Steam page also says this game is isometric, which I find doesn't match up with any of the screenshots I've seen on the Steam store at all. So let's see. Proper controls. We have buttons that should never be used, functions that should never be used. Right, mouse wheel, go to the place. Okay, it might be isometric. Use perception, right mouse button, okay. E, Q, W, S. Head up and head down. We are positioning our head up. That feels head left and head right. So these could be movement, or they could be camera controls, right? But we can just left click everywhere. Okay, help. H for help. Start the fight. I presume there's more than one fight in the game. Show combat log. I hope at some point I will get to refamiliarize myself with these, because that's a lot of buttons, and most importantly of all, none of them are my recording hotkeys. Excellent. I did not make any changes. Let's dive into the game and have some fun. Are you sure you want to start a new game? Well, it's not like I can load an existing save now, is it? Do a quick recording check. All looks good to me. Excellent. Thaumaturge is a word derived from Greek. It means miracles. A thaumaturge, or tempermancer, is one able to discover secrets lingering in persons or places. They recognize flaws or stigmas imprinted on the human psyche and can bring them to the surface. Are they a doctor of souls? It is impossible to fully name the essence of a thaumaturge without being born one. Or you should say a thaumaturgist, surely. Anyway. Here we go. We begin in a cold location with massive company logos appearing on the screen. There's a nice wooden cottage with an outbuilding. Looks a bit run down.
For years I've been seeing you in my dreams, and lately more and more. I know it's you, but I can no longer recognize your face. I don't know if I'd recognize you if I saw you. I hope your condition hasn't worsened much since you last wrote. I can hardly imagine what a nightmare you're going through. Remember, you're not alone.
Oh, I think he knows that.
I'm sure our father would be happy to help, if only you asked him. I assure you that for now, I haven't said a word to him about your search or your health, just as you requested. He doesn't know your intention, and with God as my witness, he'll not find out from me. I know you think the only thing that can help you is a miracle. But such itinerant miracle workers, preachers, and folk mystics often take advantage of those in grave condition who are desperate or seeking help.
He looks tired.
I hope the man you're pursuing can actually ease your mind. But if not, remember that in the end, we will find a way to help you.
He's
Just
come a
because
long
we
way.
can't see it now, does not mean it doesn't exist. Send word as soon as you get there. I want to know you are safe. With as much love as I have. Lydia.
Wonder if that pattern on the back of the gloves, I mean, it looks a bit 1920s, 1930s. Could be earlier. Even still, he walks like he's exhausted. As if he barely gets to rest.
Could you spare a moment for me? I'd like to send a telegram.
Of course. Pardon me, sir, but are you feeling all right?
Yes, thank you.
You're not looking your best.
Thank you.
What's your message?
That thank you had a sense of, I know, about it. Okay, go ahead and dictate your message. First, play a trick on him. We're tired, we're weary, we don't have the energy for tricks right now. Let's go ahead and just dictate our message.
Take this down, please. Arrived. I think I have found him. I hope he will receive me. I will write as soon as I am able.
And payment?
On receipt.
Anything to add at the end?
Aggravate your father. We don't need to do that. Don't add anything. Send greetings to your sister. No need to annoy a family member.
Please add, my love to you, my sister.
Touching. From whom?
My name is Wiktor Szulski. Szulski. And Wiktor with a W, not a V.
Interesting name. Where's this headed?
Warsaw. Russia.
And this is supposedly Georgia. Russia here and Russia there. Russia everywhere. On every map.
Maps change.
They certainly do.
I know. Let's get on with it.
I wonder if the other man hears him say that.
Pardon?
He does.
I was talking to myself. Which way to the village?
The coachman is picking up the mail. Maybe he'll give you a ride.
Thank you.
Victor needs to be more
Loony.
careful speaking with spirits. Okay, you can move around all the locations. Yep, I see that. Do I need to press that? Okay, we have O-I-G-M. Really, there's something there you want me to pay attention to. Find the miracle worker in the village. Well, for now... Dear Anthony, it feels like ages have passed since your last letter, or maybe it's just the winter that makes everything good and warm seem distant. As you can guess, the life of an exile does not spoil me. Years ago, I was uprooted from my homeland and sent to a foreign land among foreign people to fight under the Russian banner. And how am I today? I live among people who hate me. I am losing my health and my mind, and cultivating the land that I fertilize with the blood and flesh of its sons. But I can't leave here. I can't stop reminiscing. Death seems to be my only means of escape. Please pray for me, Konstanty. P.S. I don't think this letter will make it through the censorship, but if it does, please tell Anielka that the thought of her brought me solace until the very end. I wonder if they will see each other again. It really wants to show me that. Is that here? No, that's just our area map. Okay, belongings. Letter from Lygia. Passport of the Russian Empire that allows travel abroad and within the country. A revolver. A Magnat M1885 revolver. 6-round cylinder. Some money. A roll of rubles, a handful of kopecks, a few marks, a single franc. The prodigal son's fortune. Okay, the franc is French, the marks are Deutschmarks from Germany, the rubles and kopecks are Russian. My grimoire. I never part with it. We have Thaumaturge, which looks like a sort of levelling up system. We have heart. Dimension Force heart is 1. Enhanced by flaws, pride. Perception. In dimension deed. So dimension of force deed. This upgrade enables using perception in the dimension mind. So I imagine there'll be a number here which we can then spend on points over here. Dimension of heart. And word. So we have 1 point in heart. Okay, we have quick attack and planned attack. Strong attacks, damage over time, and influences. Flaw. Many people have flaws, but only thaumaturges are aware of their existence. These are blemishes on a personality, created as a result of turbulent experiences. They attract saluters and allow young thaumaturges to make a pact with their first saluter. Your flaw is pride. If you nurture it by making the right choices, it will impact the course of events in the future. My innate flaw is pride. It got me into trouble on more than one occasion, but also kept me out of it sometimes too. It is an integral part of me. Upir follows this flaw. Increases the heart dimension's force by 1. And I presume we may be able to gain others in the future. And we have this. Upir. Oh, it's not necessarily an old lady. That appears to be a sword. I presume this is Upir, and others may appear in these 4 columns as time goes by. Upir has eerie intoxication, bloody penance, liberum veto, and not of this world. These appear to be attacks. Inflicts damage, inflicts damage, inflicts damage. So I'm going to presume a red box like this is a damage value for an attack. The diamond reduces focus, removes all negative states from you. So I imagine these are things we use as part of some complicated combat system. We have entries, conclusions. Nothing yet. Oh! We have a lot of entries, probably worth reading at some point. Letter from Lygia and the lost letter. Transcaucasia, a region, presumably, the Russian Empire, and Journal, Shadows of the Past. I'm almost there. We'll see if the spiritual doctor I've been following is able to help me. I suspect this may well be Rasputin, and he will instruct us. Dear Janko, please stop with the gentry snobbery and listen to what I tell you. Times are changing. You can no longer rely solely on property ownership. The peasants are different now, and it is not at all clear how things will turn out in the coming years. You just have to look. Wherever you turn, you hear about revolts and peasant guerrillas going at the lords with pitchforks. We have to protect ourselves. Have something on the side, some business that will allow us to live with dignity. That's what I'm telling you for the last time. That's why I'm telling you for the last time. Go to the bank in Tiflis and take a loan against half of our assets in the Caucasus. Invest in the oil business in Baku. The railroad is already getting there, and the world needs kerosene. You need to act. I will send you all the documents and authorizations. Don't delay any longer. Greetings, Lou. All this information could... Oh! We get a little red dissolving pattern on the ground when we move. I don't like the fact we automatically run if it's longer than a very short distance. I believe... Wait, can we interact with you again? We cannot. Okay. I believe we're done here and we should follow the forced path outside. I also believe these... O for Thaumaturge. Okay. Head. I for our belongings, our trappings, our inventory. G for... It'll take me a while to get hold of that one. So the little diagonal diamond I. We've got a map. Okay. So map. We're going around that way to the front. Got it. Okay. Let's head outside and see what awaits us. As a Thaumaturge, you possess exceptional perception. You can see things that are hidden from sight. You can anticipate the enemy's actions. You can follow traces of emotions, thoughts, actions, and words, and you can reach your goal easier. Use perception to follow the path to your goal. The train is in motion, and we are directed along that way. We can't interact with these people or any of this. The train is soon to be gone. And the game wants us to go that way. But first, we have this. The Tiflis Herald. The tragic events of the 29th of August have cast a shadow on the city of Tiflis, leaving it in deep mourning. Yesterday's rally, where reform proposals were set out by Minister Alexander Bulgin, were to be discussed, Yesterday's rally, where reform proposals set out by Minister Alexander Bulgin were to be discussed, was brutally interrupted by Cossack troops that stormed inside the municipal board building. Armed Cossacks entered the conference room, wreaking havoc in the turmoil 60 people were killed and over 100 were injured. People are shocked at another instance of unjustified aggression against the nation of Georgia. Many believe more mass strikes are inevitable. The government are suppressing the people. I know. We'll be there in a minute. I hope he's talking to the horse.
Hello. Are you going to the village by any chance?
Hello there. Where else? There's nowhere to go here, sir. The station, the village, and the cemetery. That's all. A horse can't go any higher.
The village is what interests me.
Well, if you've got reason to be there, climb in.
I'm seeing that a lot of these beards have the bad character creator gap at the temples and don't join the hair. That could be a budget thing. It could be a stylistic thing. But it feels weird. Okay, say thank you and get in. Ask if there's a healer in the village. Ask if he'll wait for you a little longer. I'll ask if there's a healer in the village.
So is it just locals living in the village?
Who else would want to live in a shithole like this?
I actually meant, is there anyone visiting, a guest?
It could be a transparency issue with his hair.
You came for some healing.
But it
Well,
doesn't
he's
look
no
like it.
guest here. He's been here months, my friend. The people are tormented, so he's sure got folks to heal.
Where might I find him?
I bet he's still in the tavern. He prays this time of day. Oh, he prays a heck of a lot. You getting in, or what?
Thank you. I'll get in.
I'd be grateful.
Always nice to have someone to shoot the breeze with.
Shoot the breeze is a very American expression. I also noticed the American date format. Here we are. Hoping for the better.
Nothing to see around here. This is everything. Hard to get lost in this place. Head to the tavern over there, past the little square, up the steps. They'll tell you where the preacher's at. Or this time of day, he'll be there himself.
Thank you.
That all seems pretty straightforward. They probably want me to do this again. The colour palette of this reminds me of a little game called Beast that I started recording for the channel. I enjoyed it so much that I recorded quite a lot of it, and then I got to a cutscene that was very adult in nature and wouldn't be allowed on YouTube. There is an option in the game's settings to... I mean, it says just to turn that off, but it literally just skips the cutscene and doesn't make any sense for the story, you know, so... If I was recording it, I'd need to play through it all once first to see scenes that would make sense, then remove them and record it on a second playthrough, and I'm not quite sure about that just yet. Okay. Bless you, Lord. Nice boots. Ah, there are people here to interact with. What kind of man walks around with a book? This kind. Proletariatis Brdzola. I'm sure there's a way of pronouncing that, but I'm not sure if it should be like Birdzola or Bradzola or Brdzola. Soon the day will come when the people will throw off their hated shackles. With one stroke of a mighty arm, hardened by work and struggle with misery, they will get rid of the despised Tsar. May the recent events, so agonizing for many, be a torch that will kindle the flame of a just revolution. It will only take a few people to raise their heads proudly and abandon their work for the flame to become an inferno that will consume the oppressor and cleanse our lands. It is already happening. The workers in major cities are preparing for action, and the country folk are also joining the fray. The hour of trial is upon us. Let us not lose heart. I mean, that's propaganda right there. That is intent on opinion forming. The price has increased because of the cold. Who's this? Luca.
Gentlemen, is this the tavern here?
Hey, Putnik. You coming from far?
Indeed, I'm tired.
Nice boots. Are they warm?
A proud answer. It not only draws from your Floor of Pride level, but will also feed it even more. I mean, this is trouble. He's implying that he wants to steal our boots. And there's the dreaded character creator gap. Show no fear. Aye, indeed. You're not looking for trouble. Say you're just passing through. That's probably more correct at the moment. Victor does have a Floor of Pride. Now, it's my understanding that if we increase pride, it can be a strength, but it can also reduce options further down the line. I'm not sure I'm willing to do that this early just yet.
I'm not here for long. I'm looking for a certain healer.
First you gotta make a donation. To the Tsar's army. Warm boots, for instance.
And a coat. He won't need a coat once he's lost his boots.
It's your snummy. We are the Tsar's soldiers.
Those don't look like soldiers' faces. Closer to thieves.
I don't think he'll talk to us voluntarily.
I think we'll fight. Victory conditions. When your enemies lose all their health points, you win the fight. The enemy's health points are shown on bars below their feet, while your health points are represented by a bar in the bottom left corner of the screen. I cannot see it yet. What do the diamonds mean? Focus, I see. Can I click you? Well, 11. Quick attack inflicts damage. Planned attack is slow. We'll go quick then for once. Also, he doesn't have that much. Yep. He thumps us in the gut. Okay, 5 to 6. Could fell this man. Let's try it. And down he goes. This one, he's got a blade. The actions queue. Perception allows you to anticipate the enemy's actions. To find out what they are planning, unfold the actions queue at the top of the screen. Each skill has its own speed. Slower skills are more powerful but require preparation, bringing the risk of an enemy attacking first. So, precision cut inflicts 2 to 4 damage. Do we know how long this is? If I go like that. Now we know how long it is. So his attack is now probably coming before anything of ours. Well, I came here looking for a healer. I'm going to need one now. And a light attack. Light quick attack ought to do it.
Serves the Ruskies right. They won't report us. They'll be too embarrassed to admit some cripple got the better of them.
Yeah, but they might come after us later. They're down. We can't interact with them now. That's probably for the best. And yes, it's up that way we're expected to go. I've just thought I'd check over here. See if there's anything to... Nope, completely blocked off. Linear storytelling at its most predictable. Okay. Up we go. And what could this be? A pet? Oh, it's a dog.
Good boy.
Dogs are popular in this part of the world. Georgia. Let's head inside. Because that's where the game wants us to go. I would imagine this is the fellow Rasputin. Yep. Man, I thought he'd be there at the start of the game. And we have Thaumaturge points. We've gained our first. On the Grimoire's cover, there are available Thaumaturge points that you can spend on the tree. Purchase skill upgrades, improve your powers within any dimension, and hunt salutors to enable further development. Okay. We appear to have perception already. So. Wait. Heart perception? Mind perception. Do we have these four already? Deed and word. So we have each of these. Okay. Gamble gives a 60% chance of dealing double damage. Dimension Force Heart. This upgrade adds a point to the Dimension Force Heart. We already have Heart. Is adding points to Dimension Forces good? And do they become more... Whoa! Oh! we can go a long way along. And here is Upir. Your bond is weakened and in danger of collapsing. Manipulation. This upgrade allows you to manipulate the dimension heart. Well, you know what? I'm going to save this point until I have spoken with Grigory Rasputin, because he might give me a tutorial on what to do with it. Like, the game might tell me to put a point somewhere first. Let's look at this. News from Yerevan. Our correspondents report that the newly appointed Governor-General of the Yerevan province, Prince Napoleon Louis Joseph Jerome Bonaparte, fucking hell, what a... So it is Napoleon Bonaparte, has just arrived in town. The highest officials were present at the welcoming ceremony, followed by a dinner with representatives from Yerevan's most eminent families. The Governor-General's address to the townspeople is expected in the next few days. Obviously the game wants us to just go over there. I'm just having a little look round first for anything of interest or importance. Well, here we are.
Forgive me, sir. Is your name Grigory Yefimovich Rasputin?
I forgive you.
I'm sorry. It's just I've been looking for you for a very long time, and...
And you expected a thinking simpleton, an illiterate who swindles sick people and claims he can speak to God himself. I already said I forgive you.
Yes, I've heard. Especially in Petersburg. I've also heard about the healings, even hopeless cases. Inexplicable ones.
And what do you believe in?
I can say that I believe him, or that I want to see for myself. We're no doubting Thomas. If we've come all this way to find him, we must believe he can help us.
In miracles. In my condition now, I can only hope for a miracle. And I know the meaning of that word. I'm a Thaumaturge.
Where are you coming from?
Explain how I tracked him down, or you were born in Warsaw. Sure.
I'm from Warsaw.
So, from Russia.
Poland.
From which Poland? The Russian one, the German one, or the part that belongs to Austria?
From Warsaw.
Do you have a name?
Wiktor Szulski.
On my path, I've already come across people who've lied to me about their problems, and then gone around calling me a charlatan. After them, others arrived, with pitchforks and torches, and I had to endure insults and spit in my face, or flee for my life. And now you say you're a wizard from an imaginary country that no one has seen on a map in over 100 years. Forgive my amusement. I haven't had my first coffee yet.
I forgive you, and I'm still asking for help.
Prove you're a Thaumaturge, and I'll hear what you have to say.
I haven't particularly mastered my powers yet.
That's partly the issue I wanted to speak to you about.
Does that mean you give up?
That means I'll try, but I don't know.
All right, all right. I've met a few of your kind, so I know what you're capable of. Find something in this tavern that belongs to me, and tell me something only I could know.
First, I need to have something personal that belongs to you to learn your trace. It's a sort of pattern I'll use to recognize the other objects.
Smell this.
Prayer beads. Time-worn beads with 30 woolen knots. The zeal gushing from the beads impregnates the wool better than the tallow from the owner's strong fingers. The object pulses with a mixture of blue rapture, purple passion, and graphite fierceness. The touch of the beads burns, but it also attracts. Trace certain Rasputin. Rasputin's wish. Rasputin has a magnetic zeal and passion. He is a man with an attractive personality, strong and fierce, who is easy to follow. One just has to be careful not to get burned by the flame of his ardor. American spelling of ardor. You've acquired the knowledge or concept required to give a response.
I'll return to you in a moment.
I can hardly wait.
Observations are information that you acquire by interacting with people and items. Observations make up conclusions, a valuable source of knowledge about the world and events that can help you in different situations. Thaumaturges possess perception, which allows them to read other people's emotions, actions, words, and thoughts left on items. In order to recognize them, you must develop the heart, deed, word, and mind dimensions specifically. On some items you will find a trace of someone's personality. It takes one of three forms. Unknown, you see it for the first time. Familiar, you have seen it before, but you're not certain who it belongs to. Certain, you know exactly who left it. Traces are only revealed once you pass the test of perception on the item.
Let's take a look around.
Okay, this I presume would be the H menu for help. Well, there's something here. Nope. No, there's definitely something here.
Something is off.
A dirty bowl that someone has eaten stew from. Dimension force too low. Word 1. So, we may increase that.
Who would have thought there were such layers of passion within him?
An ornate prayer book containing prayers for the Russian Orthodox Rite. It vibrates with a languishing moan of delight, the touch of silk, the scent of courtly powder, but that which is soft and warm is also pierced by the thorns of impending separation and longing. Dimension force too low. Deed 1. Trace certain Rasputin. And we have our conclusion there again. Who would have thought that this priest had such passion? Surprisingly, the mask of a healer conceals an outstanding lover, irresistible to women's hearts and bodies. Perhaps this is one of his healing methods. Are we supposed to burst into song by Marvin Gaye? Yeah, look, if all you know about Rasputin is the song by Boney M, then you don't know much. So, we have not yet been instructed to spend a point, but we know what we've found. And deed. Well, you know what? Deed. Thief of thought. Reduces focus by 1 additional point if the enemy is in the suffering state. So focus cost or the enemy focus. And dimension force deed. This upgrade adds a point to the dimension force deed. Okay, well we can do that. Wait. Deed. Deed, yes. Let's do that for the... for the deed benefit. Available upgrades. Each skill can be upgraded. Place the upgrade in the designated spot on the skill icon. Each upgrade takes some space. Choose wisely. Are they temporarily? So this would go here. Can I take it off again? I can. Excellent. Okay, so it's an upgrade to this skill. We cannot view the upgrade easily without taking it off. Now let's come back over here. Trembling hands in thin white gloves, feverishly tying a ribbon behind which she tucked a leaf with an imprint of her made-up lips. She ran to make it in time, to give him a gift, to make sure he wouldn't forget when he found himself so far from court. This, on the other hand... Come on, you. This bowl, I think, is not his.
Careful you don't get achy feet. You're not too worn out. You look a little peaked.
Any moment now.
I have all day.
Well, how do I pick up the item to bring to him? There must be another item I require. Oh, I can walk in the middle of a table. That's odd. Right. Or am I somehow supposed to gain enough points? What's this? Okay, a dirty bowl. I don't know. I mean, we've got the prayer book, right? Am I somehow supposed to get this as well? I think I am, and I don't know how I'm going to get another point to do it. I've got a horrible feeling. Was I supposed to know that was his just by the confirmation and then... Oh, have I messed up?
Careful you don't get achy feet. You're not too worn out. You look a little peaked.
Any moment now.
I have all day.
Is there a autosave? Yes, and it's a fairly recent one too. Okay. Word. Trace unknown. Okay. So then if we're going word... That gives us fortune. Gives a 50% chance of interrupting the enemy's planned action. That's great. Now, let's try again.
Even prayer can't dampen the wrath smoldering within Rasputin.
Yeah, I thought so. Words are clinging to the bowl like unwashed scraps from a recent meal. Neat lines of prayer float in the sky, swirl and fade, overtaken by a curse thrown out in a fit of passion. A hobbling cunt. Even prayer can't dampen the wrath smouldering in Rasputin. Spiritual focus struggles under the weight of strong emotions. His calmness is a sham. He's no oasis of peace. Now, am I supposed to... Am I supposed to find this as well? And I can't click on it. Interesting. Let's try that again. So. Found this. We want to also find this one. Oh, game. There.
Who would have thought there were such layers of
So,
passion?
draw a conclusion. Okay. We then go this one.
Maybe I will try later.
Ooh, okay. So that's locked behind word. If we then take the word upgrade.
Even prayer can't dampen the
We
wrath
get this.
smoldering within Rasputin.
So we needed the word benefit to... Alright. To get that one. We didn't need deed for that one. That is strong enough. I will search a little more. So I think he told me to only find one item. Well, back we shall go.
Careful you don't get achy feet. You're not too worn out. You look a little peaked.
Any moment now.
I have all day.
I don't know how we're supposed to get both. So, here's what I'm going to do. Unless there's a third item that I have not found, I'm going to load the autosave again. And create a manual save. A proper one. In the beginning. There we go. Is there something around here? No. Oh! We're close to noticing already. Well then. We found this. Perhaps we need to perceive enough times and if in a... Oh, there's something here. There's something here. A penitent device for voluntary self-mortification of the body. Haircloth. Trace unknown.
Who would have thought there were such layers of passion within him?
We get our conclusion here. And here. The bowl. Let us see what else we can find. We may have just been required to find all 3 items. It wouldn't make sense for something of his to be behind the bar unless it was a coin he paid with. But now he is clearly marked.
What have you learned, wizard?
Well, you're a zealous man. It permeates every level of your personality, your faith, your abilities.
Not such an impressive discovery.
I haven't finished yet. In Petersburg, you left behind a very devoted and very young lady-in-waiting.
At least one, my friend.
Rasputin will remember this.
Tell me again, why were you looking for me?
Ask about the lady in waiting from Petersburg. Let's not push it. He's remembered it. That may not be a positive thing. Let's tell him about the problem we've got. Look, he's asked why we're looking for him. Let's stay focused on that for now.
A few years ago, I attempted to catch a wild saluter, and that ended with me losing contact with my first saluter. That means I can't develop my abilities. I know that my Uber is there. Sometimes he shows himself, but I can't feel the link anymore. Generally speaking, I'm losing it more and more each day. If it disappears, my mind... I'll lose my sense of reality. I'll fall into madness.
I don't know if I can help you.
A proud answer. Say that you can pay him well. That won't appeal to him. That won't be what he wants. He's a man of faith, not a man of coin. Perhaps I should have been proud about my boots outside. Well, I'm prepared to beg? No. No, I can pay you well if I must.
I've got money, if that's what matters.
Give it to the needy. Your riches mean nothing to me.
Knew it.
I meant I don't know if I'm able to help you. My gift is something I've received from God. Some I've helped, others I can't say. And I've never treated a Thaumaturge.
Maybe just do the same with me as with the others.
We can try. Focus on my voice. You are safe. As long as you can hear my voice, you are safe. Let me gaze into your mind. Let me see through your eyes. Let me...
And here we are.
Where am I? Rasputin. There's no one in here.
Oh, there is. I like it. No perception works here. Oh, there. And the figure fades.
I need to get out of here.
It's almost as if it guides us.
What is this sound? Shackles?
The spirit is bound. Oh, what's this? It's gone again. But ahead of us still... This looks more like a scarecrow. And a standard. A banner.
You're blind.
Who is Stanislav?
You've never grasped the science of spotting the perfectly obvious. Can you still not see?
What do I supposedly not see?
Flaw clouds your vision. It always has. Pride. Your damned pride and sense of superiority.
I must have gotten that from you, Father.
You'll lose, idiot. You always do. You're even losing against yourself. You can't see, but can you at least hear? You're weak, stupid, and blind.
Oh, that's not a good sound.
Do you hear me? Do you? Do you?
I can see, Father. Clearly.
I think that was not his
Will
father.
you be lying there much longer? I wanted to sweep.
And Rasputin has gone, as have all the other guests.
Where's Rasputin?
In the cemetery, chasing away evil spirits and giving people comfort. You all right?
Yes, absolutely.
I wanted to sweep.
I'm just heading out. It's so good to see you again. And something else. I saw him clear as day. It wasn't a vision. It was a salutar, unbound by a pact. A wild one. And if so, that means there's someone in the village with a flaw that's attracting it.
You talking to me?
I was praying.
I wanted to sweep.
So, some kind of bully. Back to life. There are achievements in this game, apparently. Are there? No, not anymore. We must seek out Rasputin at the cemetery. Well then. It's a hamlet. Very easy to find things. Multiple objectives. Find the person with the flaw that the wild salutar is seeking. Quests with multiple objectives. Freely switch from the one you'd like to track. Freely switch from the one you'd like to track. After switching, the objective will reveal a path to follow. Sometimes this path is so mysterious that it eludes even an experienced Thaumaturge. No worries, the remaining objectives will provide a way to solve the quest. So I can just click on things right here. So far they both just go down this way past the dog. And that goes this way. They both head in this direction. Got it. Oh, camera automatically turned and rotated. Interesting. Again. Both heading this way. Let's not speak to the coachman, although actually... yeah. He's got to take us there. So the person with the flaw... we may need to go see Rasputin first and he can tell us. Well...
Excuse me. I need to get to the local cemetery. Could you give me a lift?
I've only just come back from the post office this morning. I'm not getting the horse going again. Back to the cemetery. It's not like anyone there is going to run away. And look, my horse is more dead than alive.
The coachman doesn't want to take me to the cemetery. If I use my power, I should be able to change his attitude. Something continues to elude you. Keep searching.
I'll be right back.
Using Thaumaturge, you can manipulate other people. First, you must know a person's secrets, which you can learn by making conclusions. If the manipulation is available, the character interaction icon will change and the upir will appear next to the character. So we're looking for... the shovel still showed traces of mud and ice. The coachman had to free the wagon's wheels from the soft soil that had engulfed them. Okay. He's had to work hard to dig it out. He doesn't want to... oh. Work. What's this? The coachman used the rag to wipe the sweat from his forehead. The rag reeked with the sour odour of fatigue. Attempts to free the wheels from the soft soil made the spine crack like a fishbone, and the muscles burn with fire, and no one would help. Such was his job. Such was his fate. No one is hyphenated. Wait, The coachman is tired and weary. He's worked hard at unloading the wagon alone, and all he dreams of is a moment of rest. I can relieve his suffering. I see you. But I also see something over here. I don't think the coachman... Look. Yeah, but... It gave me a lead up here.
What do we have here?
Okay, we're really interesting map. Just somewhere in this area, eh? Let's keep searching. Yeah, 2 points now. 2 points. Okay. Your bond is restored thanks to Rasputin's help. I think we do want to increase the heart. We already have 1 in heart. We don't know particularly what these do. I think mind is... Well, let's spend 1 here now and get this gamble upgrade. We have relaxation, restores your focus, 3 focus points. Thief of Thought reduces enemy focus, and fortune, that's quite good as well. Let's hold.
Thaumaturge never fails me. There is something here.
There is indeed. Someone or something strangled this goose. From a goose's twisted neck flows the anger and passion of the person who slaughtered the poor bird. The wave of emotions carries no desire for meat or feathers, only the sour taste of envy and the desire for all of Bogdan's property to go to hell.
Over my dead body. I reject this verdict.
Well, I expected as much, and he wanted to come see you himself. He was first to judge.
I said what I said, and I won't change my mind. Go away, you're attracting gawkers.
Not gawkers, a witness. And let him listen. He'll see it fairly. Sir, this liar and thief here stole a memento of my mother. And this witch says I'm supposed to hand my goose over to him too?
Because you strangled mine. And what do I care about some trinkets your mother left you?
Because we already know you strangled the goose, but you still haven't proved that Bogdan stole your pendant.
Where is the justice here?
Okay, the conflicted neighbours. A dead goose lies between the quarrelling peasants, the obvious bone of contention here. If the wise woman is to settle the dispute, she'd better do it quickly. It'll come to fisticuffs in a moment. It seems that the neighbours quarrelled over a goose strangled in an act of revenge, a classic of the genre. Make Anatoly calm down. Requires 1 heart. We can do that now.
Why don't you relax and listen to the words of a wise woman?
Well, all in all, I'm sorry, Bogdan.
Come inside, and tell me what you're doing here.
I think she noticed. Diary of an Oblate Priest. They say that every nation has its demons. Its phantoms, ghosts, and nightmares were created to make naughty children behave. But I have gone halfway around the world, preaching the word of God and learning the truth. These demons, fiends, and devils cursed by God are real, and they are everywhere. In distant Sirmia, people whispered the name Bukavak, a cruel beast whose presence brings wrath and commands people to inflict violence on their neighbors. A fairy tale, you say? But I have seen Bukavak here in Pyatigorsk. Oh, St. Petersburg, maybe? I heard the rattle of his chains and felt his fangs digging into my neck and tugging at every fibre of my soul. And I felt the fury that this wraith brings with it, the anger from which there is no escape, the taste of blood in my mouth that no prayer can erase. May the holy walls of the Oblate Church stop this beast. Blessed Virgin, keep me safe.
The villagers seem to have a certain respect for you, ma'am, so I wanted to ask your help with something.
I'm not getting any younger, boy. Talk before I drop dead.
Something continues to elude you. Taking advantage of superstition. No. Let's see what we can find.
I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
There might be something else. There is something else. So, my dear son, my heart is crying. Have I harmed you so that you write about me like this? That you renounce your legacy, your land, and your blood? I never said a word to you when you refused to farm with us, nor when you went to Tiflis to study. And now you're calling us stupid, backward. You repeat after that rector of yours, Chudieki, that Georgian. Your language is the language of dogs. And you want to write to me only in Russian? Child, Georgia flows in your blood. She is the salt in your tears and the glue in your bones. You will not renounce her. You can't. Maybe. We can't go through the curtain. But perhaps there is more in here. Nope. But this may help give us an option.
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
We need more information. I don't think we want to accuse her of taking advantage. I suspect there's some more information.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
We're probably supposed to just go to the graveyard. If she is the one with the character flaw, then we need to know more of it. Could she have killed the goose? If so, what would her motivation be? He's truly contrite. It seems that we had more than a momentary control. We've actually changed that. Okay, we are heading out of the quest area. There's something
Where
here.
is it?
They'll all gawk, but without lifting a finger. Just, Vesna will bring it, Vesna will help. But if Vesna needs help with something, there's nobody to be found. That's not yours, don't touch! All these newcomers causing more problems.
That was interesting. New instead of new. Okay. A bruised crimson apple. Vesna was trembling, dropped a fruit basket and left this orphan behind. The apple, that is. Vesna has left her distinct trace on the fruit. It consists of a heart fluttering in panic and a throat painfully clenched. A bite of this apple would taste of pure fear. This is a little bit like Lone Wolf. Where Lone Wolf cannot touch the weapons of evil because of the psychic imprint of wickedness they bear. It just is abhorrent to him, and he's physically repulsed. I think we should develop each of these lines a little to give us more options. Mind, deed, and word. We don't know what these do, what they represent. Okay, let's see. Thaumaturge. Yeah, fine. Thaumaturge points. No. I don't think we have any more information, unfortunately. So this is... This has got an up thing next to it. That's down. Oh no, it's just the symbol of the... I see. Let's keep searching. See what else we can find. Hello. Let's just continue clicking our fingers. Oh! Two directions. Interesting. And now one direction. Implying there is something here. Is it just showing the woman who dropped the... no, come on, let's see. Okay, we're getting one direction again. How do we get it back to two? Oh, hello! A protective charm, made of strings, sticks, and feathers. It's supposed to protect the residents from the influence of evil powers. And now we're getting back this way again. Could it be here? By the well. There is a great bell. Nothing to do with the bell. I don't want to manipulate the coachman into helping me leave the area, as I may not be able to return. I don't think I want to... Oh, hello. There's a line of snow, or maybe salt, on the doorstep. Salt on the doorstep to prevent the entrance of evil spirits. Salt on the doorstep protects from unwanted visitors and other misfortunes. Okay. Now what else am I seeking? I mean, he has a lot of geese already. Oh, wait. I think... Was that 2 paths again? No, we're back to 1. Oh, wait. Yeah, they're uniting. Okay, let's come back this way. And see what we can find. Oh, the gate is shut. We don't want to manipulate the coachman just yet. But we're back to 2 paths. 2 paths. And now we only detect 1. So, what around here is different? Mm-hmm. How far? Okay, so it comes up to here. We've had this interaction. Let's go back in and see what we can say to her. We might have unlocked something now.
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
We need more information, okay.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Oh. I think we have to manipulate the coachman, and hopefully he will bring us back here afterwards. I'll just keep clicking. Let's see if I can find anything. If I can find aught of interest. Who are you calling a tramp? Oh, hello.
Am I sensing? I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Oh, the apple lady.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over.
I'm not a guest.
I'm telling you, go away, or I'll call for help. Help! Help! Somebody help me!
Uh-oh.
What are you doing here, you tramp?
I'm not looking for trouble. I just wanted to talk.
We'll talk, all right.
Oh dear. Okay. Improve formality seems like a really good idea right now. Okay. Perfect efficiency. Perfectionism. Makes every attack on the enemy deal the maximum possible damage. Okay, let's see if we can develop one of the other aspects though. We don't want to pump it all. But we do want to get this one quickly. Your bond is restored thanks to Rasputin's help. We probably want to get there. I've got a feeling they want to push for us to get to this quickly. Oh, additional skill. Reaction. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's pump this for now then. As we're being pushed down this path. Okay. Strong attacks and focus. In order to launch a strong attack against an enemy, you must take away all of their focus, causing them to enter the breakdown state. Strong attacks are much more powerful than other skills and allow the fight to end quicker. Select the diversion skill to lower an enemy's focus. Well, he's got a knife which looks much more dangerous, so we got quick attack, planned attack, diversion, and concussion. So go for the diversion as instructed. You and your salutor each have your own separate sets of skills. Plan which you want to use and give the salutor an appropriate command. Okay, but I already clicked that once, right? I select you. How do I... How do I select the salutor? What have I done? Action cancelled. We can't have that. So we go back to that. Oh, I see. Liberum Veto. So now we're doing his skill. Reduces focus, removes all negative states from you. We're already reducing his... Okay. Eerie intoxication. Inflicts damage. Restores your health points by 0. We'll have to work on that. Which is half of what you've lost. Okay, and we haven't lost anything yet. Each subsequent action restores health points will restore less of it, so we don't want that. Bloody Penance. Inflicts damage. The target's health points determine how much damage the skill inflicts. The more health points, the higher the damage. Oh, we'd go for that then, yeah. Okay, there's a distraction, and we get punched in the face pretty hard. The enemy has lost all of their focus and is now in the breakdown state. It's a great chance to launch a strong attack. Yep, that sounds good. And now we deal with the other one. Diversion is good. And then we'll go for the eerie intoxication to recover some health. Because we don't know if damage persists between fights. So there's our distraction. He is eerily drunk. And then we go for the concussion, which may well lay him out. Yeah, that did it, I think. Nope. He's coming back at us with another punch. Excellent. Okay, well, he's only got 6 health left, so quick attack. And let's see if we can get a little more health back before the fight ends. Ooh, 2 damage, so we'll get a bit of that back, right?
The devil sent you.
You could say that, sure.
And if thinking interferes with their actions, so much for worse for thinking. The locals are impetuous, irritable, and eager to pick a fight for even the most trivial reason. Something's not right here. Indeed. And we get a point to spend. Let's start doing that. Is this a... This is. Right, okay, let's hold off on that. Let's go develop this. And then where do we pop it on here? So, oh, I see. Right. Perfection makes every attack of the enemy deal the maximum possible damage. But that uses 7 times, slows it down even further. Concussion. Okay, so we'll pop this on here for our quick interrupt, right? Okay. Bash that on there and this on here, maybe. You can buy upgrades with Thaumaturge points in the development panel. Once acquired, assign the upgrade to an attack to apply its effect. This may be a complete disaster, we will see. Let's go back to the door.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over.
Will this repeat?
Please leave. Please. Please.
We can't. What's this? What's this? Come on, I see you. Oh, hello. A damaged axe shaft. The trace it bears does not belong to Vesna. Although it's already become mouldy from disuse, it carries the memory of the spirit of the one who wielded it. A loner by choice, with a disposition as tart as juniper berries. The shaft is overgrown with the thorns of bitter words, but there are others, warm, delicate as rose petals. They betray a love for someone who's not afraid of thorns, a love that is difficult but not accepting of violence. We might need to know more of this person. Also, this. Come here, you. There we are. Broken shards of a blue ceramic dish. The broken ceramic trembles with anger and frustration. The quarrel erupted suddenly, spewing out bile of mutual complaints and grievances. Its sweet and pungent taste stupefied, compelled, screaming, finger-pointing and hurting. The frenzy lasted until all involved were out of breath. Trace certain Vesna. In this house lives a married couple who do not mince their words. They argue violently, loudly, until they are out of breath, but they persist. Together, despite everything. So the axe handle belongs to her husband. Glad to know she has one. Oh, 2 paths again. Or maybe just one. What else can we learn of the villagers? What's this? I'm just not allowed to go there. Okay. Camera doesn't rotate to show us stuff, so that's interesting. What about here? No, he's blocking. Okay, I see. I don't think we'll get in.
I wanted to talk.
But I want to try.
Please open the door.
See if
Please go. We didn't invite
I have a
any
new
guests
opportunity.
over. Please leave. Please. Please.
Okay, that's a dead end. Oh, hello. What's this? A hand-carved and elaborately painted wooden box. The box is marked with words of love, sweet as kisses. The names of Vesna and Luca intertwine, cuddling tenderly against the wood, against the delicate carvings trying to protect them from damp and rain, from all the evil the world carries with it. Trace familiar, impetuous person. I should go look for Luca and see what I can learn. You're right here, man. Or you were. Oh, 2 paths again. Interesting. Perhaps I should go back in the pub. See if there's anything here. Now, I know it's not an inn. Well, it's an inn, so it has rooms. 2 paths going outside, okay. We'll look for the sparkles of energy. What's this? You must collect all observations and uncover the secrets hidden within items in order to draw a conclusion. So, impetuous person. Okay. So I need more to do with the difficult love. Okay, we have a conclusion. So we have Vesna, village residents, domestic scrolls. We got a lot. Oh wait, no. That's got a conclusion. So. Oh. 2 paths. And now 1 again. Alright. Well, I'm thinking I've probably played a decent amount of time and should stop recording soon. But I do want to keep investigating. Is there perhaps something I can pick up in an area I've already explored? I can see why they want to make you run everywhere now. So the red circle is an approximation, it's not exact. Wait. No, I think it was just from the search. I definitely need more clues. Hello, axe. Not you. Interesting. So is this just a pixel hunt at this point? I should continue my search. Oh. Well, that looked like two paths there, two trails. Is there anything here for us? Anything at all? If we gather enough information, will we be able to talk her out of her house? Maybe even solve her problem. I don't know. But I'm sensing I may need to leave the village and return again soon. I do not know if I'll be able to return. What was that? That was different. Here. Just in the middle of our wizard. Wait, was that? No, that just seems to... I like the fact that it swirls around things as if it's interacting with them when it meets them when expanding. Interesting. But it stops. Hello. I wasn't searching there. There seems to be something here. Or it could just be the wood. Hello. Fancy carpet. It's clearly been cleaned and hung out to dry. The game wants me to... Oh, can I? Actually... How far outside will it let me go? This far. Okay, simple answer to a simple question, I suppose. Right. Nothing? Okay, let's save again. Yep, overwrite the save slot, that's what it's for. Is this a path of no return?
I'm not going anywhere.
Apparently, we can remove his exhaustion.
Maybe you'll change your mind and drop me off at the cemetery after all.
Well, on the other hand, this place isn't much more exciting than the cemetery, and I meant to take the horse out for a ride, so get on.
Can we go back again? Quite possibly. Two paths. So the village is that way. Wait. Oh yes, we get quite clear map edges. Oh, hello.
You're alive. Does that mean I helped, Thaumaturge?
I will thank him for his help. I'll even explain what's changed to prove I am what I appear to be.
I see him. My Uper. He's back. I can feel our bond growing stronger as each moment passes.
I'm happy for you, but do restrain your joy. We're in the cemetery.
We are indeed. My thanks again for your help.
I don't have enough words to thank you for what you've done for me. I haven't felt this way in years.
I'm glad I could help.
Now, if you think about it, he did say as long as we could hear his voice, we were safe. And as soon as we entered into the, let's call it a dangerous place, we were no longer safe. But we did not realize it due to our pride.
When I heard you were at the cemetery, I was sure I'd see you resurrecting the dead.
Oh, don't be silly.
Today I'm just praying for rest for Vasily's soul. The whole village is suffering after his loss. He was the elder here.
He cursed this place. Since he died, darkness and misfortune have hung over the village.
You see? To them, every harm comes down to witchcraft. They believe that after Vasily's passing, the village was possessed by some monster that howls at night or some other Yafits.
Well, about that. Locals say that since the death of the village elder, a doom has hung over the village. Minor quarrels immediately turn into bloody fights, and people are tense and withdrawn. Things are not looking good. You know, they might be right. Why is this golden? Is this a progress that'll block off these?
How did this elder die?
There was a fire, sir. Flames shooting sky high, and him burning, swearing, speaking curses. And the curse stuck. Those ruins seem a profaned place now. A wicked spirit has taken over the blighted land.
Don't encourage her. Once she gets going, it can't be stopped.
Oh, it might actually...
This could also be the work of a saliter.
What do you mean?
Vasily's death was not peaceful. The elder died in the flames that consumed his house. The ruins are thought to be cursed, and the locals speak of them with horror. And they also seem to be blocked off and completely inaccessible in the village.
What changed in the village after the elder died?
It's all dreadful, sir. Everything's gone topsy-turvy. When folks get to arguing now, they're so hot-headed, before you know it, they're at one another's throats. Ladies have no patience for kids, nor lads for ladies, nor neighbors for neighbors. Any word might seem offensive and like an insult waiting to happen. Then you've got to fight.
Tragedies such as Vasily's death leave their mark on everyone. It takes time to come to terms with something like this. That doesn't mean this place is possessed by dark forces.
Indeed, but I literally saw one.
As you were healing me, I had a dream, a vision. But on the borderline of sleep and wakefulness, I thought I saw a salutor. That's what might be influencing the villagers in wailing at night.
They're good people, but none too bright, Victor. I'm afraid they might be talking about a train.
The wise woman was saying the evil spirit is a book of hatch.
Does the creature hunting you rattle chains, slither around, and have a mouth full of giant fangs?
A book of hatch.
Where did this elder live?
I'll show you. Let's allow Vasily's soul to rest for today. Amen.
A woman in a cemetery claims the village is haunted by a lich. His name is Bukavak. A peaceful and happy village? Not quite. The villagers are riled up and on the point of breaking, laying the blame for their troubles on the actions of Bukavak. They are trying to defend themselves against this dark force with folk methods. And Rasputin is leaving. Let's take a quick look around the graveyard, in case there's anything we can glean information from. I think I see some gathering of power over here, or it could just be, it looks like red snowflakes. Hello? Oh yes.
No, that's still not it.
Elder Vasily died only a year ago and his tombstone was clearly already been damaged. Why? We need to have progressed the deed. Okay, we have information on the Bukavak. Should have got this one, apparently. Okay. Maybe it's like the Call of Cthulhu game, in which, you know, you can't get all the clues, and it's just deciding what sort of flavour of clues you're going to experience during that playthrough. Apparently I just click on the wagon. Ooh, the burned homestead, the cemetery. I like this map. Maybe the wagon can take me many places. For now, I'm going to this one. I'll just continue to right-click a little as I walk. Not too much, though. Here we are.
What do you expect to find in this place? The fire was almost a year ago.
Time doesn't matter much here. I'm looking for clues and personal traces that will lead me to whoever's carrying the flaw that lured the saluter here.
I see. I thought I could be helpful to you, but I don't really understand what you're telling me.
Rasputin is Dr. Watson? He seems to be behaving in a similar role. I'll explain what traces are.
People always leave behind individual bits of their personality, even on everyday objects and such. I can decipher the thoughts and actions imprinted on these objects, and then match them to their owner. This lets me gather immense knowledge about a person, especially if I need to find someone.
What else can you do?
I'll tell him about flaws and saluters.
Above all, flaws are deeply hidden marks left on human souls. They form under the influence of tragic events.
What does that have to do with salutors? Is that Latin?
Yes, from the word newcomer. People have always taken salutors to be spirits, demons, or imps.
Like from those fairy tales, the wise woman and the other old crones tell the locals.
Sometimes, those sorts of fairy tales and legends describe how humans perceive a salutor. They don't take a physical form. Salutors are attracted to the flaws hidden within people. Thaumaturges discover these flaws inside someone, bring them to the surface, and adopt them to lure the salutor. Those are the moments when I've usually failed. I haven't been able to hold on to a salutor. I didn't know how to bind one to myself.
What about you? Do you have a flaw?
Yes, we'll be honest about it.
I bear the flaw of pride.
I wouldn't have guessed.
And now, thanks to your help, I can once again discover people's flaws and the salutors hiding behind them. And I think I'm now able to catch my second salutor.
But we can apparently explain that this is a really bad idea.
If I do manage to catch another salutor, that would be a very rare occurrence, in fact. An ordinary Thaumaturge wouldn't even try more than once. Only a few have multiple salutors.
Why?
I was a count. No, look, we lost our power when we tried.
Some have lost their lives trying, others their senses. I was close to madness. I lost my sense of reality. I didn't know what was true. But I know I can do it. I'm almost 100% sure.
Isn't this exactly the sort of thinking that caused your problems, that led you to me?
Yep.
That doesn't matter anymore.
Then what's changed?
Oh, it does matter.
This time, I've got you with me.
And why did you come with us?
Why did you want to come here with me?
I have never gotten to know a Thaumaturge so closely. I'd like to learn as much as possible about your abilities.
I need to look around this place a little more.
I won't stop you.
Let's see what we can discover. Don't need a great big red bubble on the map to tell us.
It's the smell of mystery.
This is an important location. We might not need to use perception to reveal clues, but it certainly seems to help. Or to help reveal them more swiftly. It would appear that each of the paths leads to a different salutor. I think the one we saw was possibly... Are there more further down? There are more further down the line. Okay. So I think we need to we want to thematically take the path leading to the next one. But is it this one? I think it might be. Obviously the house is important. Hello. Really? Nothing around outside the house? That's a shame. But clearly we should be going inside. Well. A destroyed door frame. By some miracle it survived the fire. Thick lines of wood grain are visible on the frame. They arrange themselves into words, carved as if by chisel. They scream about an attempt to break down the door, probably from the inside when the building was burning. About the hinges finally letting go. They scream into a deafening void. Fear of the flames has embedded itself deep in the fabric of the doorframe, and trepidation about losing a loved one. Trace familiar, impetuous person. If he loved Vesna, and Luca burned his house down to kill him, ooh.
A horrible death.
A dried bloodstain. It has soaked deep into the burned boards of the house. But if he burned to death, why would there be blood? The blood sounds like suffering. It flowed quickly. The wound inflicted with the scissors wasn't large, but it was accurate. Life left the body. The heart went into a spasm and the mind recognized the end. It lasted for some time, and then the flames came, and the pain resounded anew. Yeah. There's more than just the fire here. Did someone kill him and then get trapped in here when they tried to set the place on fire by mistake? Interesting. Let's speak to the priest. He may know more. Wait, there might be something over there. And we don't seem to be able to speak to him now. We need more clues. More clues, he said. Yes.
True fear.
A charred rag doll. It appears old. The doll is caked with a hard crust of fear. Its layers are like the varnish of an age-old painting. A child's fear, a girl's terror, a young woman's dread. They form a cocoon smelling of turpentine that constricts the throat and forces tears from the eyes. Oh, now we know something. She was here. Or he was keeping it here and someone else came and got him. Yeah, maybe he tried to force himself on her. Oh, you.
This house was always full of fear, and its owner was still alive when the house caught fire. Someone wanted to kill him. The fire only covered up the crime.
Indeed. Are you going to show me, spirit?
That murder gave birth to the flaw that you attached to, didn't it? I'll find you when I track down the murderer. I know who owns this doll. Maybe I should give him back to her.
Perhaps I should.
She ought to know more about what happened here.
The same trace can be felt on the rag doll and the item dropped by the woman, the apple. Conclusion. Vesna smells of fear. Her nerves are badly strained. Her heart is trembling, her fingers are stiff from anxiety, and her mind wanders, lost in the wilderness of fear. I may be able to find her home and discover what's behind her jittery condition. I know where her home is.
Wiktor! I hope you've got what you want now, Thaumaturge. Because I think it's time to get out of here.
Why the hurry, Father? We're the Tsar's men. How about the donation for the Tsar's army?
There are no Russian outposts here.
I think this is the guy with the nice boots.
You're the guy who trashed our comrades?
Thrashed. TH. Say yes and you can do it again. A proud answer. The odds aren't that fair now. Pride is our flaw.
I can do exactly the same to all of you.
Oh, Wiktor, what have you done?
He's not as weak as he looks. He actually looks better than he did the other day.
But not counting the priest. He's still alone.
Not anymore, I'm not.
Okay. We got a club and a knife. The club may have some kind of stunning attack. Ooh, game wants us to get you first. Adjust upgrades. No, we'll go with the upgrades we got and see how it goes. You have a knife, so we'll distract you with a diversion. And can I spread the attacks? I can. Reduces focus. Go for the sword. Sure. This may be a bad idea, but we'll see. So now we want to go for the concussion on you, right? And I think after our next skill we get to give our next commands. Oh, yeah, this is one we want to watch out for. This bloody hell. Okay. So our Salutor doesn't get a turn now? Interesting. So we go for a quick attack. That ought to finish him. And then over here, we go for our healing attack. We could diversion. Oh, yeah, sure. Nice for the healing. And I think he's going to come in and belt us one again. There we go. Mate, you're going down. And then here, let's go for that healing attack again. We did seem to be restored to full health at the start of this fight, so I think that is something we can expect going forwards. You, light attack, because this is fun. Yeah, and just after you've been attacked by a spirit, you get punched in the face. Okay, and quick attack there just to finish off. Excellent. Do we get we do get experience.
Right,
Wonderful.
Me? Yes, but can these salutors also help you in a fight? Can you manipulate people and cast these demons into their minds?
I just
Generally
did.
speaking, yes. Are you sure you're right, sir?
Call me Grigori.
Let's head back. I have to visit someone in the village who can tell me more about what happened here.
Indeed. And I'm feeling I probably want to speak to the old woman while I'm there. Back to the village. Am I still in the prologue? I'm not sure. I may be in the main game at this point. I think I'm still in the prologue. Although now I just have the one task. So let's get on with it. Let's speak to Vesna. And see what we can learn. Oh, you're here already.
Now I know that woman's trace. Vesna and her husband both left traces of themselves at the Vasilis burned out
Yes.
farmstead. Luca sincerely loves his wife. You think he loves her strongly enough to kill for her? You're right. It'd be better to ask Vesna about that.
It never speaks. The shaft of the axe bears a distinct trace of Luca. It's identical to one on the door frame of the burned homestead. So yes, I think he did get trapped inside after the murder. Now, I think it looked like this one. There we go.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over.
Please open the door. I'd like to have a chat about your husband.
You'd better not be here when he gets back. He's not as talkative or polite as I am.
I think we established that. It's clear that this is not the first time Vesna has threatened someone with her husband. Luca must not have the best reputation in the village. Residents see Luca as a sullen churl and a recluse. However, he seems to have a soft spot. Luca was at Vasili's house on the night the murder and fire took place.
I know you're scared, but please just open the door a crack and let me ask one quick question.
What do you want?
Let's calm her down and try to make her feel safe.
Please, don't be afraid. I just need to know where I can find your husband.
He's chopping wood. In the clearing by the forest.
Should have given her the doll. Shit. Back in the village? No. Fight done, or do we have to do it again? I think the fight's done. Back to the village. And then a save. Because I think I should give her the doll. It'll be a bit more meaningful. I suppose it's an alternate route, right? We just dominate her to get her to tell us, or we give her the doll and she'll hopefully give us the same information. Try to persuade her to let us inside? Probably not as good. I'm interested to see how much flexibility there is here. Well, old friend?
Now I know that woman's trace. Lucas sincerely loves his wife. You think he loves her strongly enough to kill for her? You're right. It'd be better to ask Vesna about that.
Okay. Doll it is.
Please open the...
Okay, we're skipping for each line. Okay, we have our conclusion.
I know you're scared, but please...
Now, so far there seems to be only one conclusion for each investigation, not multiple conclusions. We'll give her the little doll.
I think I've got something of yours. I found it by your father's burned-out farmhouse.
Her father?
You imprinted
Oh.
your fear onto it. I know because I'm a Thaumaturge.
Fucking hell, man, don't tell her that.
What do you want to know?
Where can I find your husband?
In the clearing by the forest. He's chopping wood with the others.
Thank you.
Get that thing out of here.
The doll? Or the spirit? I think we should go see the old lady again. Also, yeah. There we go. Let's see if we have learned anything that grants us new options now.
Thaumaturge never failed.
You've been going in so many circles.
Still nothing new.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Either we are missing a lot of clues, or there's a lot of steps to it. Hello? A hand-painted icon. I think this is Saint Thecla, the martyr. The wise woman's hands hover around the saint's head. They arrange themselves into gestures, subtle, pure as snowflakes. Words of the spell sparkle like stars and sincerely beseech heaven for protection. For a girl who suffers evil on earth, who suffers too much of it? Is there more? Why, hello, old woman.
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
Accuse her of putting a curse on Vasily.
Well,
Let's
then,
hold
I
off.
hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Will everything else still be in this room? Or do we need to know more? Perhaps all the accusations are true. I think we need to know more. But I also think I've probably done enough for this episode. Additionally, talk to the wise woman. Oh, okay, let's do it. Let's make the accusation. Because I am fairly certain the interaction with the saint's icon was not here before. those are too high for her to reach. Let us absolutely save the game. Enjoy our additional objective. I'm not sure when that appeared. It might have appeared when we got the information. Something tells me this may be a
going in
mistake.
so many circles, your head will spin.
So either I'm never going to get these after this, or this doesn't prevent these.
You cursed him, didn't you? Vesna's father. You put some hex on him, right?
A spell. I help people, yes. Vesna had a problem with her father, and believes in curses, spells, and hexes. Is that all? Because, like I said, I don't want to waste time and die here gabbing with you.
Vasily had a dark side. A man who was a rock for the entire village became an abuser at home. He tortured Vesna for many years, turning her life into a nightmare. So these are still available. I may need to talk to other people.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Like Luca. And keep coming back to her step by step. There's still an option.
You've been going in so...
I'm not going to do that because... Right, I'm not going to accuse her of taking advantage because she genuinely thought she was casting a spell.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
But that's clearly something the game wants me to do as a fool. Let's head outside. We'll come back into the marketplace and head back to the wagon, where I think I will end the episode. I've probably recorded for quite long enough. Okay. Where is our friendly priest? Probably back in the pub. Oh, well, that's something I can find out next time as well. Okay, I am going to leave this one here. Let me know what you thought of the game if you want. You know, comment section is there. Feel free to use it. And hey, if you did enjoy it, hopefully I'll see you back for the next episode. I'm going to say goodbye for now, though, and cheerio, everyone. See you all soon.